2.5 years since we had a band concert, and even as the day was happening and students were in our classroom getting ready and coming to lessons, still didn't feel real. So thank you for being here. Thanks for coming and supporting every single student that has worked their tail off in order to make this thing possible. They play their instruments so well, as you will hear. We've got beginners in 5th and 6th grade. We've got 5th and 6th grade beginning orchestra students. And we've got an advanced orchestra and advanced band here for you to listen to tonight. Hopefully, if everything goes quickly, we'll be done in about an hour. It is being live streamed. I did not realize that was happening until the last minute. So I did send a link out to every single parent email I had. If you did receive that and you want to share that with anyone that you think would be interested in watching this that wasn't able to make it, family out of state, family that's just unwell, please send that link out. We want everyone to be able to enjoy music. It's about sharing. Without further ado, this is our Voyager band. And there we go. Before I send Voyagers over and switch over to Discovery's incredible band, I want to talk a little bit about these students, so I'm going to let them have a seat once more. This group of students, this team of students, is truly a team. They have worked so hard, not just on playing themselves and practicing themselves throughout a pandemic, but this group has worked so incredibly hard on refining the music that they've learned. That means not just playing it, saying, okay, we've got the notes, we've got the rhythms, we're all set. They have actually spent a lot of extra time in order to speed up pieces, in order to make sure that they're holding notes for their full value and not any longer, starting, stopping together, remembering repeats. There's a lot that goes into music, and every single one of these students has really spent time in class and out refining that music to a point where they can actually say, this music is something that we have mastered. We aren't just playing it for the sake of getting it out of the instrument and then moving on to the next song. We are refining it to the point where we can say, this is something that is teachable by us to other people, and they help each other in that way. And so this group, the Voyager Band, has done a phenomenal job. And let's give them one more round of applause. Next is the Discovery and Incredibles Band. This is actually a combination of two teams because they were on Mondays and Fridays for rehearsals, and if you paid any attention to our school calendar, we've had a lot of Mondays and Fridays off for various things. And it felt unfair for them to have only about half the rehearsals of everyone else, so we did get permission from our administration to combine these two groups. And I'll talk about this group before we even get started, because to have two different teams that don't actually get to collaborate very often, certainly not during the pandemic, suddenly be meeting with other students that they haven't seen for years and have to put music together is incredible, and they've done an amazing job of it. So without further ado, the Incredibles and Discovery Band. them to have a seat real quick, just so I can brag about this group as well, like I have every other one. The Triumph Band, another 5th and 6th grade beginning group, has done a phenomenal job, not just in working as a team, as you can hear, but in their self-reflection of their work. One of the things that Ms. Stevens and I like to prioritize in our band is asking leading questions. What went well? What didn't go well? And this group in particular is very vocal when they think something didn't go well. I think they could be a little more vocal when things do go well, because that happens frequently. But it's because everyone's their worst critic, right? And these students want to better themselves, so they're looking for even the tiniest mistakes that they can improve upon. And they do that so well, which is why they play as well as they do. So one more round of applause for this minor. Make a quick transition to beginning orchestra ensemble.
Sorry for that short clip. I am Rusty Charpentier. I'm the strings teacher here at City School, as well as all across the Maple Run District. So proud of these students here tonight. They've done a fantastic job. Worked really hard and been through so much through this pandemic and through learning music through it all, on Zoom, on everything. This group of students started this year and has really impressed me with their work and their growth. I do want to take a moment to thank so many people tonight. Thanks to my colleagues here, my music colleagues, Mr. Kelly and Ms. Stevens, who's interning here, and all around the district here supporting us tonight. As well, thanks to the administration here for supporting the string program and the band program here. Really want to see these grow, and so that brings me to my next thank you, which is all of you. I'm really hoping you will go out and tell your friends who don't have students in music program how awesome it is to come and have a concert, to come see your kids play music. We're so proud of all the students here making music tonight, and please just tell everybody, because that helps our programs out, that helps us grow these programs. So I really appreciate that from all of you. Here we go with our beginning orchestra. We have one song that's done the program Merrily Roll On. We're actually going to do 3 songs, but they're all nice and quick. It is Merrily Roll On we're going to start with, and then Old MacDonald, followed by Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So some classics. Here we go. Only took 2 tries this time, so get it good. Okay, so this is the mixed orchestra here. I believe these orchestras have played at least 2 years. Is that right? Yeah. We've been playing for a little while. I really enjoyed getting to know these students. It's great getting to see students through so many years in a row, and we have a lot of fun. And one of the ways we're having fun tonight is with our footwear. I said we can accentuate our outfits in one way, and these guys decided that we were going to wear Crocs or sandals. So here we go. Couple tunes. This is entry of the song. It has been such a pleasure playing for you guys tonight and being back in this space and performing again. It's such a thrill. I just want to mention very quickly, I'm sure you're already impressed with these guys like I am, but just the added difficulty of playing in such a small group where everyone's really pretty much a soloist the entire time. So just extraordinarily impressed with these guys doing exceptional work, and really appreciate the chance to share that with you here tonight. Please enjoy the rest of the evening's performances. I know I will as well, and we look forward to seeing you again at our next concert. Thanks, everyone.
Now we're going to bring on 7th and 8th grade band. That's our advanced band at City School. This is the jazz band and the concert band. Going to take a moment for us to set up. So while they're setting up, I just want to talk a little bit about someone in this band. I'm sitting right now. Her name is Miss Stevens. Miss Stevens, wave. Miss Stevens is actually, yeah, please feel free to clap. Has been for 10 weeks and has 2 more after this week where she will be doing her solo teaching. That means I will not be in the room. It will be entirely her with the students. Some of the students didn't know that or didn't hear me when I told them. And that is very exciting for her and for me because I have spent 10 weeks watching Miss Stevens work incredibly hard to prepare lessons, to work individually with students in lessons or in small groups with 5th and 6th grade, and then to teach full ensembles. And she's done a phenomenal job, so much so that I wanted her to conduct as much as possible while still being somewhat visible to you for the concert. Miss Stevens has also taken it upon herself to play along with all the ensembles that we've seen. And I think all of our students can agree that Miss Stevens has been a very important part of our students getting back to music together and getting to play together and learn together and perform for you tonight. So one more round of applause for Miss Stevens. And the first song we're going to play is called Milestones, originally written by Miles Davis. This one is arranged by Paul Murtha. And we have 5 students soloing in it. We've got a tuba player, not a common jazz instrument you think for soloing, but she does a phenomenal job. That's Maggie Dunnigan. Maggie, if you can wave. We've got Short Memoir and Debbie Dale, both on alto. Alex Dunnigan in the back on drum. I'll point them out, but I think you'll hear them in just a moment. If you couldn't tell, most of those solos were improv. They did not have any written music for that. We've been spending a lot of time in our jazz band talking about fundamentals of improvisation, but getting a middle schooler to stand out in front of their peers is incredibly hard. And so, I'm an adult and I can't bear to do it. So putting them through it is, just unfair, but they do it anyway. And so, in fact, most of those people there volunteered for these solos tonight. So one more round of applause for those solos. We're going to change it up quite a bit. We're going to switch over to a well-known Chicago piece called 25 or 6 to 4. And Steve is going to be conducting this one. We are going to switch it over to concert band from jazz band. That just means a little bit of a move around for some students to do seats. It doesn't change what instruments they're playing with the exception of Gavin, who's switching from electric guitar to trumpet. But of course percussion always moves around. I never let them play the same thing. I like to keep them on their toes. And I gotta tell you, they actually do a phenomenal job of especially hard on them as percussionists, so they put up with a lot. But I also want to point out they've come a long way. I just have all the other students here. Think of Molly, the 8th grader back there, playing electric bass, who started out on trombone. She worked so hard on that, played so well, and then told me she wanted to play a different instrument. And I was skeptical at first. I usually am when students go, I just want to play the guitar. But she has proven me wrong. She has worked so hard on that, and I can say that about any other student in here who has changed instruments. Any other student who has stayed on their instrument. Any other student who has taken on a second instrument, like piccolo. The 7th and 8th grade group, jazz band, concert band, they stuck it out through the pandemic. That means lessons on Zoom once a week for a half hour. That means practicing on their own entirely last year because they didn't have the ability to come in until the spring when we were allowed to have them in the school. The pandemic hit everyone hard, but I think it's safe to say it hit musicians the hardest, and they have done a phenomenal job despite it. So without further ado, I'm switch over to concert band, and as the students is going to conduct the Thunder March. the mic, I'll just talk loudly. From Ohio, I've got a marching band voice. The next song we're going to do is one you may have heard of from TikTok. It's called the Wellerman. I know, it's super popular. I'm actually behind on the trends because this one was apparently popular 2 years ago, so I got to work on that, sorry, but it's still fun to play. What I didn't tell you in advance, because I didn't want to freak them out, is Jaden Thompson, 8th grade, playing tenor sax solo, as you heard at the beginning. Got Marie, who's trying out piccolo, which is quite the challenging instrument to keep into. So I just wanted to point that out as well. Our final song of the concert, actually before we get to our final song of the concert, I want to thank you all one more time for coming out, for supporting all of these amazing students. They can't do it without your support, and it means a lot to me, it means a lot to them. Saw all of them waving, even though I told them try not to, it doesn't look professional. I turn around, look back, and I see that student. It's because they know you support them and they want us to share this with you. So thank you all so much for coming. Please come support every musical event you have. We've got all of them for the rest of the year posted on the back of that program, including the Maple Festival, where all of these wonderful students will be parading. So thank you so much again, and we hope you enjoy our final piece, which is Pirates of the Caribbean. know I said by 7:30 to 7:34, I'm really sorry we're a little bit late, but if you could do us a huge favor, those chair racks over there, actually take all of those chairs there, and if you could just take the one you're sitting in and put it in those, I would say our custodial staff do a wonderful job keeping this place clean. A lot of time with only 5 of them here. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.